Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So today we are installing this, and if you don't know what this is the license plate bracket, so you can install pod lights on the rear like I have. So the one that I currently have, it's pretty bad quality. I just kind of made it just so I can mount them up, but now we got an official bracket. This will be on the website later. I'm just gonna put it on the Jeep for now to test it out, make sure that everything holds up. The product is great for you guys. So let's get started by replacing the pods onto this, and then afterwards I'm gonna rewire the pod lights. That way they work with my aux beam controller, and I'll show you how I route those. You're gonna want to see this video because this is honestly a great way to route these lights or anything in the rear that require power. So this right here, this is not the final version. We're gonna do a couple different upgrades, like putting these on the top side instead of the bottom, kind of like how these are here. And also the paint, I don't know if we should have these painted like this color black, like a shiny black, or if we should do a bed liner like I did on my bumper. I think it looks really good, and it has kept up with the sun and all that, so maybe this is another good option. So like I said, mine is bad quality. It actually was hitting on the hatch, which is something I wanted to avoid. The new one, we made these longer, that way any lights that you put on will not hit the rear and scratch it up. Okay, so I already went ahead and bolted up the lights, and I'm gonna put the bottom ones on first just because I have the camera up top. So when we do release these, it's gonna come with some spacers that look like this and some longer screws. The spacers go behind, and then the screws, they're longer because of the spacer. That way you have room behind the license plate so you can run your wires. Now I'm just gonna tighten these until they are snug. Oh, and before I forget to remind you guys, sign up for the 10K giveaway. This is the last week. I believe it ends on Thursday, so make sure you go sign up. The link will be down below in the description and the comment section. Don't miss out. It's a lift kit, wheels, or a cash price if you're out of the country, so make sure to sign up. Only a couple days left. And also, we got some hats in Najar Offroad. These are snapback curved brim. Right now, every dollar you spend is an entry for a 4-hole injector for either V8 or the Inline 6, so don't miss out on that as well. If you pick up a hat, it'll go towards that. One of my biggest worries with this is the plastic that holds the screw in, but I mean, I'm yanking on it and it's not moving anywhere, so I think we are good on that. But so far, I think it looks great, and it's not hitting the back. I don't know if you could see, but that's where the light used to hit back there. Right now, it's obviously not hitting. Same on that side. You can see it used to hit there. It's not hitting. All right, so now that we got that installed, we're gonna do the wiring now, and that'll be under here, under the inside. So I picked up this cable from Amazon, and the reason I like it is because it has this protective covering and has a positive and negative wire. This we're gonna run straight to the pods, all the way to the aux beam controller. And if you have the aux beam controller, all you need to run is power and ground. You don't need any other wires on the controller itself. You have the fuses, so nothing to worry about there. We just have to run this from the back all the way to the front and the hood. We're gonna start off by removing this piece here, and there are 5 screws, one here, one there, one up top, and then 2 on the inside right here. And they're all Phillips screws. With these up here, you definitely want to be careful not to break them. There is a little thing on the front you have to press down, and then you can pull it off. Don't break those or else the defroster won't work. Once you take off the screws, it's just some clips holding it on, so you just have to pry it down. But now we have access. I'm gonna find my wiring. And before, I used to have it where I connected this into here, and then I had to switch, but I wanna get rid of all that and just run it straight towards the aux beam. So I don't know how I did it, but I ran this wire through this boot here. I ended up cutting it open because it's easier just to cut it open. No water has gotten in, so that's fine. So what I'm gonna do is my new wire into this and just pull it out. That way it fishes it through. So this wire is definitely too thick to run inside this rubber piece, so it's a good thing I had those slits. I was able to slide it through. Fished it with this wire here, so I just put it in through this hole, and I was able to take it out here, and I tied it onto this end and just pulled it out. So now I have access to the wire, so I'm going to connect it over there. I need to pull it out a couple more inches, and after that we can route this towards the front. And this roll of wire that I bought, it is 16 gauge, so that should be plenty for some LED lights. So now we have all the wire, and the way we're gonna route it is through the headliner. We're gonna route it through here, straight back, kind of follow these original wires. We're gonna go all the way down to the front, and on the front, on the right side by the passenger footwell, there's actually an opening where you can lead out. So we're gonna head and do that now. So as you guys saw me, you can actually pull this down and stick your hand in there. And I passed the wire through as much as I could. And then over here, I took off the seal. I pulled this down, and you can kind of see the wire start coming through. I used a screwdriver to pull it. So now I'm gonna pull it all the way through, and then keep rounding it to the front. And if you look under here, it's kind of hard to see, but there is a little channel you can go push the wire through. It's definitely easier with another person, but you could do it alone as well. So like I said, just run it through the top right here, and we're pretty much all the way to the end. We just have to get it out of this. The rest we can have with the plastic panel down there. So we're just gonna run it straight down, and it's gonna come down to the footwell here. So we got the wire in through the side right here. It's gonna go straight down. I did remove this screw just so I was able to access the wire and push it through. Now we're down here, and this is where we're gonna run the wire through. I did make another slit right there in the boot, so we're just gonna push the wire through there and follow this wire that I already have. And this wire that I have already is for the aux beam switch panel as well, so I'm just gonna go ahead and follow that. So right here I'm just running it underneath my wheel well, pull it forward, and then I don't have a tripod tall enough, but I'm going to push it in through behind this bar here and run it straight to the control box. So back here I'm gonna go ahead and finish up. Before I finish up there, I'm gonna connect these to the wires here. These are the ones that run to the pod lights, and I will be using these spade connectors here just so I can unplug it and plug it back together if I need to. So let me go ahead and finish this up, put it back together, and then we'll connect them at the front. So we're pretty much on the last step, just connecting these. So I'm gonna go ahead and strip this about an inch. And one thing to note on these switches, if you do have them, they come with 5, 10, 20, and 30 amp fuses. So you want to put your accessory with the least amount of amps on the bottom and with the most at the top. You don't want to have the 30 amp fuse down here because it's not going to work. Because if you put something that's 30 amps here, these fuses will go out if it's pulling 30 amps on the low end. So since these are LED lights, I will put them on the 20 amp. And you can put some connectors on there, but I'm just running the straight wire to it and it seems to work fine. So I'm just gonna go ahead and do that. That's what it looks like. Here are the wires. And on top of here, it tells you numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, and then so on. So this will be on the second button on the top row. 5, 6, 7, 8 is the bottom row. So let's go ahead and test them out. Alright guys, so that'll be it for the install. That wire, honestly, it's really nice. The wire has the power and ground in one, and it has a protective coating, so I think that's really good wire. I'll have it linked down below. Anyways, let me know what you guys think about this bracket. We will have it on sale soon. I'm just gonna test it out for a little bit just to make sure everything is good with it, that the bracket will stay on, because it is a little bit heavier than my previous one. This isn't some cheap metal, this is actually some thick metal. So this thing is not gonna bend or anything. It's gonna stay how it is. So anyways, I'll see you on the next one.